My name's Angelo, and welcome to Picks Nation. That's right, we're doing our betting breakdown videos over here on Picks Nation, so make sure you subscribe to see these videos every single week. I'm going to give you our bets for UFC Sao Paulo, but before I do, let me send you $50. Just go to wewantpicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. It's affiliate marketing, right? You're going to sign up, you're going to use the link, they're going to pay me, I'm going to slice off some of that money. I'm going to give it right back to you. wewantpicks.com/bets. Let's take a look at how we did the last event. The last event was 2 weeks ago, UFC 294. We crushed across the board. A lot of people did well, but a lot of people had their eggs in the wrong basket. Angelo Jubilee. Trevor Peak inside the distance. We didn't. I crushed. Jacob crushed. Safety parlay. I gave you two fighters at decent money, and that crushed as well. Jacob's lock of the week hit. The safety parlay, if we take a little closer look at that, over the last 11 months, which is as long as it has existed, you have averaged 1.87 units of profit every single month. I have given you 2.14 units of net profit over the last two events. Let's roll with that. Let's go ahead and take that forward. I have two safety parlays for you this week. If you want to unlock that safety parlay, become a premium member. It's only $10. Just go to wewantpicks.com and click become a member at the top. You're also going to get the line movement tracker. This is going to give you opening odds, current odds, win probability, and line movement for every single fighter on every single card. This card specifically, 0 fighters. 0. We have not done a single event since this has existed where 0 fighters went from an underdog to a favorite. That may change after weigh-ins. We've had a couple of weight misses, but for now, the only fighter that had a chance was Armen Petrosyan, and he's back to dog status with Rodolfo Vieira, just the slight favorite. But we have had 7 fighters on this card with more than 20% line movement. So lots of lines are tightening and widening, but none of them have full flip just yet. You're also going to get the detailed data, metrics, and analytics. Where this is important for betting is you're going to get every single fighter, all the striking stats, all the grappling stats, and the odds for striking, grappling, all of that. So you can work your way across and nail some prop bets where you think it's a little overly the odds are a little bit in your favor, or Bet Online, they drop takedown prop bets and significant strike prop bets, and it's very easy to take a look and say, that line's too high, that line's too low. Let me go ahead and jump on that. The data is available to you right now. You can work your way through it. It's all at wewantpicks.com. You click become a member. You unlock every single thing you could ever possibly need for this event and every other event every single month. Let's go ahead and talk about this card specifically. I think this is a fairly easy card to pick fights. I think it's a pretty complicated card to find good bets, if that makes sense, outside of money lines. But if we're just looking at straight up confident favorites and underdogs that I think can get it done, favorite-wise, there's some obvious ones here. I think Jalton Almeida, I think minus 550 is a discount, honestly. And I think what's happened here is people, look what Derek Lewis just did in his last fight. Came out, flying knee, 2 seconds, won that fight. But I think what's happened here is people are a little bit afraid. Anytime Derek Lewis fights, it's like, this guy's not going to be the better fighter in the cage. He just isn't. But damn, he can win. He can beat anybody on any day with one punch or one knee that flies through the sky. I don't think any of that matters. We watched Sergey Spivak ragdoll Derek Lewis. Now we have Jalton Almeida, who is 100 times the grappler of Sergey. Jalton Almeida, who wasn't just arrested for speeding a week ago. I think he's absolutely going to get it done. I think minus 550 is honestly a discount. I think that should be minus 900. Renat Fakhretdinov, minus 340. This dude has looked unstoppable so far in the UFC. Non-stop wrestler. We saw some power in his last fight. I have no idea why he's only minus 340. I get it. Elizeu Zaleski, athletic guy. He's got the capoeira style. Who cares? Can he defend a million takedown attempts? That's what's going to come down to. And then both Bonfim brothers. Ishmael Bonfim just missed weight by a couple of pounds. I don't think that matters at all. I think they both absolutely get it done. And the UFC has set this up for them. Both of their opponents are 40-something years old. Both of their opponents, while tough, aren't dangerous. And then both the Bonfim brothers, why can't I say Bonfim? Both of the Bonfim brothers are very dangerous. This is set up for them to win. And sometimes you just have to trust the UFC process and not overcomplicate it. And the process here is the UFC is trying to build up a couple of stars. They're at home. They want them to win on the same card here. And then underdogs. It's not that easy this week to find some quality underdogs. Abus Magomedov plus 250. Listen, if we didn't just watch Sean Strickland dismantle him, he might be a favorite. But we watched him slow down a little bit. We watched him get beat up a little bit. And we watched him get stopped. But then Sean Strickland went on to become the middleweight champion of the world. He beat the crap out of Israel Adesanya to take that belt. So all of a sudden, it's like, well, how bad was that Abus loss to Sean Strickland? So I actually don't have money on any of these. Actually, I have money on Caio Fernandez. The rest of them, I have no money on them. But underdog-wise, I think Abus at these odds could be decent. Then we have Armen Petrosyan, minus 109. I mentioned earlier. He was on his way to become the favorite. He was the favorite for a few days, and he's flipped back to dog. This is basically a pick'em fight. It should be a pick'em fight. We have the striker in Armen, the grappler in Rodolfo, and if Rodolfo comes forward, gets a takedown, this fight's over. If Armen defends those takedowns, this fight's over. Whoever wins this fight is going to look phenomenal. And if you think Armen can defend some of the early takedowns, then minus 109, he's the dog. I think he makes some sense. And we have Angelo Hill plus 124. I have literally bet opposite. Right? I bet on Denise Gomes. But Angela Hill has proven time and time again that she can play spoiler to some of these underdogs, or as an underdog. Lupe Godinez was supposed to smoke her. That didn't happen. She's veteran savvy. She's fast, tough, all the skills, not dangerous at all, but there is absolutely a world where a plus 124 Angela Hill dances around, jabs her way, footworks her way to a decision win with Denise just throwing wild, missing, and looking terrible. Then we have Caio Fernandez, plus 161. I like him to win this fight. I do think he can get this done. There's two things here. One, I trust his skill set. I trust his ability to win this fight. And two, I don't trust his opponent. Mark DeCasey, this guy was a striker. Then he was supposed to fight a very good striker. He said, let me wrestle. And now all he does is look to wrestle. That's it. His last fight, he was afraid to wrestle because he was fighting Joel Alvarez. So instead, he's like, all right, let me go back to my striker roots. But he didn't go back to clean, technical, fast striker. He was spinning and swirling and doing nonsense. It's almost as if he has lost all of the striking ability, which is how he even earned his way into the UFC. I don't think he knows who he is as a fighter. I don't think we can trust him. And I don't think he gets this done. So I like Caio Fernandez. Plus 161 is better odds than I got. Let's take a look at the odds that I got. Money line, I got Caio Fernandez. I got him at plus 145. Even better value now. And for all the reasons I just mentioned. Denise Gomes, minus 141. She's like minus 144, minus 145 now. So line moved a little bit. Nothing meaningful. She's younger, 15 years younger. I think she hits harder. She's going to be the better grappler. She's going to be better everything except just clean striking technique and veteran savvy. She has solid grappling, solid power. We know nothing bothers her. She was a massive underdog in her last fight, came forward, blasted Yaryui, and got that done. I think Denise Gomes could absolutely win this fight and should win this fight. Half a unit on both of them. I only have one prop bet, and this is a prop bet I've been talking about for 2 weeks. I just, and obviously the odds makers were onto it. We have a couple of heavyweights, sloppy-ish, and I knew the books were going to look at it and say, oh, heavyweights, let's go ahead and 1.5 round line. And I knew the over would be solid. I was hoping that it would be closer to even money than minus 185. But the reality is, yes, this is a rematch. Yes, Nascimento won. Yes, he won by finish. But I don't think this fight is just going to be a super quick, Dante Mays knocking Nascimento out or Nascimento getting a takedown and a submission. I think we are going to go a little sloppy. This could potentially be a decision, but I am confident in the over 1.5 rounds. But it is still heavyweight, so only half a unit on that. And then I got 2 parlays for you. I did the Bonfim brother parlay, minus 175. I threw a unit on that. And then I took the sketchy favorites that I do think win. I think every single one of these people win, but it's a little sketchy. Rodrigo Nascimento, it's a rematch. He already won this fight. He should win it again. But heavyweights are heavyweights. Eduardo Mora, UFC debut. She should beat Montserrat Ruiz, but Montserrat Ruiz, national wrestling champion. All of a sudden, Eduardo doesn't get a few takedowns. Could be a bit of a problem. And then Elves Brenner, I picked against him when he was fighting Esteban Ribovics. He's got a short notice opponent. I think the skills match up really well. And I think Elves is Absolutely going to get this done. Very good value. The three of them together are plus 159. Only a half a unit on that because, again, these are all sketchy favorites. We have a UFC debut. We have a heavyweight, and then Elves is actually the most solid one in that bunch. Let's take a look at the safety parlay. As I mentioned before, the safety parlay, all-time crushing it. I'm very proud of the safety parlay. I put out a parlay for every single event, every single week. Sometimes I even put out two. This week, I have given you two parlays. And if you look at the complete picture, we're up 20-something units from all the safety parlays. The average return, net return, and if you don't know the difference between gross and net return is you get your money back for the bet, and then the rest is profit. So the actual profit is almost 2 units per month. If the only thing you ever did was become a premium member, jump on the safety parlay, you would profit 2 units per month minus whatever the $10 fee is off one bet. I've got two for you this week. I have 2 money lines, minus 180. Again, safety parlay. So don't get all bent out of shape that it's minus 180. And I do have another parlay with 3 money lines. That's plus money, 1 unit on that, 1 unit on the original safety parlay. If you want to unlock this and all of our other bets, WeWantPicks.com, click become a member at the top. Let's take a quick little peeky poo at Jacob's bets. He only has 7+ units going right now, a little over 7. Obviously, we didn't get all the props yet. Once the rest of these props drop, like the takedown lines, the significant strike lines, who's going to win the first round on the scorecard, once those drop, he always throws a little more in there. But for now, 7 units. He's got Caio Fernandez, his lock of the week. That is his money line bet. Full disclosure for him, it was supposed to be Esteban Ribovics. That fight dropped, so then he pivoted to Caio Fernandez. Then he's got Gabriel Bonfim, round 1 finish, plus 120, and Rodrigo Nascimento wins by submission, which is exactly what he did in the last fight at plus 235. He's got 6 more units before the props have dropped. For premium members, WeWantPicks.com, click become a member. And let's take a look at BetOpenly. If you don't know what BetOpenly is, go back a couple of slides when you can see that their odds are just far superior than traditional sportsbooks odds. And that's because they are not a sportsbook. It is peer-to-peer betting. What a sportsbook does is they put up lines and they want to beat you. The only way they make money is if you lose your bets. That's how sportsbooks get paid. Peer-to-peer betting, BetOpenly, it's my money versus your money. All they do is take 1% to process everything, to keep the website up and running, to do the development work and all of that. Outside of that, they don't care who wins and loses. They just want as many people as possible using the platform. So because of that, you're going to get better odds every single time. We have 2 bets where you can literally take my money, well, Jacob's money and my money. If you think Mark DeCasey wins and Caio Fernandez loses this fight, you can bet against Jacob. You can bet against the lock of the week and take his money from his pocket and put it in yours. And if you think these safety parlays lose, I have both safety parlays up. Go ahead, grab the other side. The way parlays work with BetOpenly is you don't need both sides to lose. You just need one fighter. So if you just go against the 3-leg safety parlay, if any one of those fighters loses, you get paid. As long as the parlay breaks, you win. Go check out BetOpenly, WeWantPicks.com/BetOpenly, and throw up some bets. Try to take advantage of the public. That's what this is. You versus other people, not you versus the book. And guys, don't forget about that $50. WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of the partners on that page. Make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. It's affiliate marketing. They're going to pay me. And I'm going to take off some of that money, and I'm going to give it right back to you. WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. We will send you 50 smackaroos. What a stupid way to end that video.